Grandpa Bill, story time with Grandpa Bill. It's Grandpa Bill's story time. Yay! Hi, I'm Grandpa Bill. Welcome to Grandpa Bill's story time. Come on in, make yourself comfortable, and we're going to sit down and read a good book. Okay, our book today is Tawny, Scrawny Lion Saves the Day. Oh, looks like he's eating a meal with 4 bunnies. Let's see. The story is by Michael Teitenbaum, illustrated by Art and Kim Ellis. There is a magical place called Little Golden Book Land, filled with wonderful things to see and do. Every day is a special day, just waiting to be discovered. One afternoon in Little Golden Book Land, Tawny, Scrawny Lion was visiting with some of his rabbit friends. "I'm hungry," roared Tawny, Scrawny Lion. "Let's make a big hot pot full of carrot stew." The rabbits agreed. "We'll go collect the berries and vegetables we need to make the stew." One fat little rabbit said, "Tawny, you can stay here and set the table. We'll be back in no time at all." Okay. The rabbits wandered through the woods collecting berries and vegetables. "I found a beautiful bunch of carrots," said the fat little rabbit. Soon they came to a powerful rushing river. At the end of the fallen tree that stuck out into the river was a bunch of stew berries. The very best kind of berries for making carrot stew. "Oh, we must get those stew berries," exclaimed the biggest rabbit. "They are so hard to find." With that, the rabbits walked out onto the end of the fallen tree. Then, just as the last of the rabbits reached the berries, they heard a terrible crack sound. The tree broke loose from the shore and was swept off by the rushing river, carrying the rabbits with it. "Help!" they cried, but there was no one there to hear their shouts. Oh no! Meanwhile, back at the rabbit's house, Tawny, Scrawny Lion was getting very worried. The rabbits had been gone a very long time. "I hope nothing has happened," he thought. "I'd better go and find them." He called on his friend, Pokey Little Puppy, to help him track the rabbits through the woods. Pokey Little Puppy had a great sense of smell, and they soon followed the path the rabbits had taken. See the little footprints? "Look, there they are!" shouted Tawny, Scrawny Lion as he spotted the rabbits. "They're stuck on that tree in the middle of the river," cried Pokey Little Puppy, "and the tree is stuck on some rocks." "Help, help!" shouted the frightened rabbits. "Tawny, will you be able to swim out there to rescue them?" asked Pokey Little Puppy. "No," he replied. "The current here is much too strong, even for me." Oh boy. Tawny, Scrawny Lion was very upset. Suddenly he had an idea. "You wait here," he said to the Pokey Little Puppy. "I'm going to get help." Tawny, Scrawny Lion raced through the jolly jungle until he found his friend Saggy Baggy Elephant. He explained what had happened and his plan for rescuing the rabbits. When they returned to the river, Saggy Baggy Elephant sprang into action. "This is the biggest tree I could find," he said as he lifted it with his trunk. "I only hope it's long enough to reach the rabbits. They could climb over it to the shore." What a great idea. Make like a little bridge. Saggy Baggy Elephant carried the tree to the shore and placed it in the river. Although it was the longest tree around, it was still too short to reach the rabbits. "Oh no," cried Tawny, Scrawny Lion. "I was sure that would work. Now what are we going to do?" Just then Baby Brown Bear showed up. He had heard shouting and he came to see what it was all about. "I'm a pretty good climber," he said. "Maybe I can climb out to the end of the tree and try to reach the rabbits." That's another good idea. Baby Brown Bear climbed out to the end of the tree. He moved very carefully because he did not want to fall into the river himself. When he got to the end, he reached out with his paw, stretching his arm as far as he could. But his arm was just not long enough. "It's no use," he said. "They're too far away." Tawny, Scrawny Lion face grew serious. "You're going to be all right," he called to the rabbits. "I have another plan. Just stay calm. I'll be back as soon as I can." Then he turned and raced off at top speed. He's got a good idea. Tawny, Scrawny Lion ran to the nearest train station. He looked down the track and spotted Tootle and Katie Caboose chugging along. "Tootle," he shouted, "I need your help. Stop, please stop." Tootle slammed on his brakes and came to a screeching halt. He was always glad to help his friend, Tawny, Scrawny Lion. After Tawny, Scrawny Lion explained the situation, Tootle said, "What are we waiting for? Hop on." The powerful engine was soon speeding along the tracks as fast as he could. He flew all the way into town and headed straight for the harbor. There, Tawny, Scrawny Lion found Scuffy, the tugboat. "I need your help," he said, and brought an extra cargo car to the water and began to fill it. "I'll explain on the way." He pulled Scuffy into the cargo cart, and they were off, racing back to the jolly jungle. Back at the river, things had gone from bad to worse. The rabbits were now soaked to the bone, and a strong wind was blowing. They were hanging onto the tree for their lives. Oh, poor bunnies. "Do you think you can do it?" Tawny, Scrawny Lion asked Scuffy as he placed him in the water. "I think so," replied Scuffy. Using all of his power, Scuffy fought the current and made his way to the rabbits. Then one at a time, they climbed aboard Scuffy. Battling the current again, he brought each rabbit safely to shore. "Hooray!" all the friends cheered when the last rabbit was back on land. "I don't know what we'd have done if you hadn't come along looking for us, Tawny," said the fat little rabbit. "You really saved the day." Aw. Good job, Scuffy. "Everybody helped," said Tawny, Scrawny Lion modestly, "and the important thing is that my rabbit friends are safe. Look," said the biggest rabbit, "I got the stewberries." Everyone smiled. Then Toodle took them all back home to the rabbit's house for a warm dinner of carrot stew. Aw, what a great example of friends helping friends, right? Thank you for sharing this book with me today. Come back again for more stories with Grandpa Bill. Goodbye.